Welcome back to another wonderful episode of DadDimes. This is episode 8, if I remember correctly. I'm, of course, DJ. This is Justin. We have a special guest today. This is Paul, who happens to be a carpenter, also happens to be Justin's brother-in-law. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
You're doing good?
Great.
Doing great?
I think you mean fantastic, Paul.
I think that's exactly what I meant.
I bet.
I mean, you have the opportunity to join us on DadDimes, episode 8.
Yep.
Which means that we're like far into the third trilogy.
Yeah, we're deep.
Made it past 7.
We're real deep.
How deep are we?
Heard.
We're moving on up. Episode 8, we decided to go for a different bottle this week.
Yeah.
It's not just traditional bourbon. It's more of it's a mixture.
It's a real big mixture, Justin. So in this bottle, there's 4 bourbons, 2 rye, 1 from an Applewood smoked barrel, age ranging from 18 years down to 4 years. So we got an 18 to 17 to 10, 9, 5, and 2 4 years.
Okay.
That are blended together in here to give us 118.1 proof, which is 59.5% alcohol volume.
ABV.
It's a lot of words, man.
So this is Little Book Chapter 7.
7.
Yeah, so 2023 Little Book Chapter 7. It is a blend, right? So traditionally we're talking about the bourbons that we drink. We drink several bourbons. If you're looking on the shelf over here, we have some Heaven Hill, Gunfighter. I think there's some Jack Daniels, some Camulet, Widow Jane, Taylor, the Colonel himself.
Colonel.
Yeah, Colonel.
Not Sanders. Taylor.
Colonel Sanders, Colonel Taylor. And those are all bourbons. We're actually looking at a blend now.
A blended bourbon.
And what are they doing?
They are blending.
They are bonding. Yeah. So Little Book comes out of the Jim Beam Distillery.
Oh, I was going to say Little Book, Arkansas.
The Little Book. It's like the little train that could.
Yeah.
Chugga, chugga, chugga.
Toot, toot.
For all those that can remember, we gotta love it, right? Was that Damon or Marlin?
That was Damon.
Yeah. Had it right. Major Pain.
Kept chugging along.
Just a chugga.
Good movie.
One of the best.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing.
I don't know if I ever made it through one sitting to that movie.
Are you kidding me?
That makes sense. That makes sense. And we're going to get deeper into what we're talking about here. That being the case, we were doing a Little Book. This comes out of Booker as well. Booker was the grandfather, called the son or grandson
Of a bitch.
Freddie No. The nickname was Little Book.
Okay.
So when he started his empire, working from the ground up, working every job in the distillery, getting him to the point to be an actual distiller.
It's like my Indian name.
Yeah.
He's Little Book, I'm Long Dick. So,
Dragger.
same.
Yeah. That's what I heard in college.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into a Little Book. So let's go ahead and pop that cork. I'm in. Got it?
Yeah.
Man, it felt right.
It was hard.
Was it hardcore?
Not as hard as me.
And we get the first pour. Yeah. Gotta love the sound.
Ooh.
Because this is the second episode being, I'd say filmed, but we don't use film anymore, right? So everything's digitally recorded. We don't use film anymore. We don't tape anything. Normally we just talk about it because we're on a podcast, so we have to give the audience the visual through our audio. And the good news is now they can do both.
Oh, yeah.
Is this caramely?
Of course. They're all caramely.
Why is that?
Because caramel's a real popular flavor at Starbucks. So
They have a macchiato.
So you're saying it goes well with coffee.
Put it in bourbon. So, Paul, the correct way to do this is you bring it to your nose and you say, hello. And then you take it away. And you say, how are you? And then you say, hello again. And then that's how you properly smell the bourbon. These aren't sniffer glasses, so it's harder to do that.
They are not sniffers.
But you can still smell it.
No, it's hitting all the right spots.
the real good spots. According to Little Book, right? So we have all these different bourbons in here on this nice blend. You should be looking at a deep russet with golden hues as the color.
Oh, yeah, I can see the russet.
Can you see the hue?
Are we talking about like the potato? Russet potato?
Man, they make some pretty good mashed potatoes.
Yeah, they do. Baked potatoes.
Bake, mash. So you said that there was a certain proof on this. What was that?
The proof on here is 118.1.
So it's going to be a little hot.
A little hot?
Yeah.
A little hot.
Did you try it yet? And
No, I haven't tried it. No, I was waiting. I didn't know how much sniffing we had to do.
I was just...
Hello.
How are you?
I'm still making my acquaintances with him.
If you stick your wiener in there, you get a better...
Oh, great. Hold on a
The
second.
old dipstick. All right, let's try it.
The old kickstand.
Tripod. This is really good. Neat, no ice. Little Book, Chapter 7.
It's a little hot.
This isn't hot at all. We
No,
had one that was crazy hot not too long ago. This one's perfect.
It does. It has a really good taste.
Yeah?
Really,
So what are you tasting?
God, I don't know, whiskey.
You know, we've heard this. That's the second week in a row we've heard that. Tastes like bourbon.
It definitely has like a light smoke flavor to it.
You can actually really get that taste. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe slightly floral.
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 You know, I taste the florals. I taste...
It says it's got vanilla. I don't taste the vanilla, but I do taste the sweetness to it.
I got the caramel. I can taste that sugar in the background. It is actually really...
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful. I did not smell clove spice
I didn't either.
while I was getting acquainted. You know what? I'm going to actually add that. From now on, as we're doing our sniff test, we're getting acquainted with our whiskey.
Getting acquainted.
You know, the more I sniff it, the less it burns in my nose. It gets more pleasant.
It clears it up a little bit.
That's just the 118 talking, man.
It gets so much better.
This one is pretty good.
Try something different. And it does change the profile just a little bit. As you sniff, keep your mouth open. It is not
a joke?
It's not a joke.
No.
It is not a joke.
Because then it encompasses your taste buds with it and gives you a different
Profile.
scent to it.
Yeah.
It feels weird to do it that way.
Well, I mean, it feels weird because people are watching you.
No. Only
Millions and millions of our fans
I'm
are
still
watching
getting used
you
to
right
my
now.
new throat.
He had a throat job.
Throat surgery.
Oh, I thought his boyfriend just pounded it too. Oh,
That was the doctor.
You're dating a doctor?
Went in there and took care of it. So, interesting you say that. Married, best thing that's ever happened to you. Married 25 years. Ish.
August, yes.
25 years. So that means that the first opportunity that I had to meet you was, I was 13-ish. Right? So I didn't know anything. I was like, you want to marry me? I said, go for it. I mean, I don't know. You have to ask my permission, which you didn't, by the way. Still waiting for that request. That's cool.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, I mean,
13 going on CEO.
and that's what I'm getting at. So,
Yeah.
we've seen the movie, and before the movie was great on Step Brothers, and we're getting closer, by the way. We got to put them together, and we're going to make this happen. My dad worked for a company, a small one out there. Started as GTE, transferred into Verizon, and it was like Verizon ground line, so it wasn't the cool wireless stuff. But and they still did the peace sign that had the V.
Business solutions.
Is it? Whatever. There you go.
I'm not that old, Paul.
Nerd.
Don't know.
Paul worked there, and I thought, because my dad was the boss, I would just inherit the job. So I, being the 13-year-old that I was like, hey, at some point in my life, you're going to work for me.
Yeah.
Which comes full circle because Paul worked for him and he actually built our studio that we're sitting in today.
Correct.
And it just so happens the studio is built, and it's because of the labors of love by my employee, Paul Murray.
That's right.
Yep. We actually both peed in the corner when Justin wasn't looking. So
That's right. That's
you got
that
a piece
smell.
of us in here forever.
No, I thought it'd be a great idea to put an in-shelf unit.
Yeah, not knowing that this was going to be the display piece for DadDimes On the Rocks.
Yeah, and we still have more ideas to make it grander.
Grandiose.
AR-15s still coming out.
Ooh, I don't know if we can use those words now that we're on those other platforms. We might get shadow banned again.
I got a fog machine you could use.
Oh, we could do like walk-up songs.
You see me walking. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so the bourbon, how's it sitting as it's now going down your throat job, going into your chest? I mean, it's starting to warm things up a little bit. The tongue is, I don't want to say opening up, but for the most part, your taste buds are becoming acclimated to this blend of whiskeys. Are you tasting anything different?
Well, let's see.
I feel like, hang on a second, I gotta try some more.
For me, it is pretty hot on my tongue. I did have fajitas and I made some homemade salsa that was pretty hot, so maybe that's why my tongue's kind of just burnt. Anyways,
you know what I didn't get? Any of that.
I mean, it's next door, man. You got the codes. Just go in, help yourself.
Yeah. But I need to have like a list of when you're going to cook, what you're going to cook, so I know exactly when to just show up. I'm not going to show up on a random night when it's nothing good.
Mac and cheese, like, come on.
I'll tell you what. If my wife's home cooking,
don't come on.
Don't show up. Although she cooks delicious,
I'll
she
throw
just
this
doesn't
out
put
there.
the.
If I'm looking for a good old pozole, you know where I'm there.
Lasagna, stuffed shells. Oh God. She cooks a lot of good stuff, but usually when I cook, it's. No, it's not usual. Just every now and again. I'll text you next time.
All right.
Because
that's where it needs to be.
Yep.
Speaking of another drinker, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, because I honestly believe that he gained a lot of his enthusiasm from his grandfather, who is probably listening to this. Your son's in the Navy.
Yes, sir.
He is serving this country, which also means I could put hashtag Navy in our little thing here. Hashtag go boats. He likes whiskey.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah. He's a Jack fan.
Yes, I believe so. I mean,
I've been told he likes Jack. And he likes Jack because of the iconic Michael. Shout out to MD Baum. I know he's listening. Who is probably one of the main reasons why I like Jack Daniels.
Hi, Dad.
Soon to be. It's coming. So he's drinking on. Well, they don't drink on a boat. But if you were to have been drinking on a boat right now, it'd be Jack Daniels. He'd be having a good time with all the other seamen, saving this nation.
That's
and
right.
I really appreciate his service.
Can we say what ship he's on?
I'm sure we can. I don't see
it's
why not.
public.
Yeah.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yeah.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yeah. Carrier.
Where's he stationed?
He is in the Red Sea, I believe, right now.
Ooh.
They're moving him around, so it might have changed, but...
he's playing the game of around and find out. They are now finding out because we're there.
Well, according to our statistics, they won't get any inside information on here because we don't have like Palestine or any of those Middle Eastern companies. Well. Shout out to Belgium and Italy, though.
Italy is one of our new listeners this week.
Wow.
I don't know who's rocking us out in Italy, but welcome.
Well,
we have a new drinking buddy.
Oh, we almost had pizza. I had fajitas.
Mm-hmm. You know what they were listening to? Camulet.
Oh, were they?
I can bring the exact episode, and they were rocking out the old Camulet. They wanted to, like, oui, Camulet whiskey.
That's French, I believe.
Yeah, that sounded like French.
Really?
Sorry.
Have you ever been there?
Italians are like Mexicans' cousins. Their language is very similar. Yeah. Their flag's like pretty similar.
Yeah. And we're all drinking buddies.
Yeah, we're all good old drinking buddies.
That's what we're doing. I like it.
Drinking buddies.
So,
well, I'm gone.
He's
so
taking.
I poured a lot more than you guys.
Well,
I haven't eaten dinner yet, so
rookie.
I got tube steak smothered in underwear for you. If you're hungry,
all day, every day.
For about
I'm looking for more than
seconds.
just a snack.
All right, well, whatever.
Moving on. This is DadDimes on the Rocks, which means
We go
Pride
rocks.
on the Rocks, yeah.
We rock it up.
It brings a different flavor, a different profile. Going to change up the palate a little bit.
I mean, you could chug that and then do another one.
Or you could just add
ice to this.
Or you could add
Yeah,
ice
you
to that.
could.
Okay.
This guy, for those adding rocks.
Yeah. Ooh. I didn't get a up close look at this bottle, but it's actually
It's beautiful.
very pretty. It's got like a little medallion here. That's cool.
You're going to spill. And this is not one you spill.
Freddie No, huh? Do we know Freddie No?
He is Little Book.
Oh, yeah.
Booker's grandchild.
I'll pour yours, sir.
Well, I appreciate that about you. Which also brings us out to a shout out to the Cherrywood Liquors, 136 Colorado Boulevard here in Thornton, Colorado. Gave us a pretty good deal on this. They do have Bookers in stock. They have Little Book in stock. They have, that's where I got the E.H. Taylor.
Yep. Eagle Rare.
Eagle Rare.
I believe at some point I got Blanton's from that one. So
yeah.
They do have a lot of allocated stuff.
Yeah.
Check them out.
And they said that if you mention DadDimes, they're just gonna,
Give you a high five.
Love
Probably.
that they that you were here, that they heard you.
I think the guy behind the counter actually will come around, give you a big hug, and say thank you, and then walk back and then charge you full price.
More than likely, but full price still is relatively cheaper than you're going to find on most shelves. It's not quite MSRP by any means. They still have to make money. They are still a small business, but they will have it in stock.
They're not going to fuck you over.
No,
what they'll give you a fair price on it.
Yeah.
So,
and they're part of our drinking buddies.
yeah, they are.
All right, on the
Cheers!
rocks. Cheers! Cheers! There we go. Which also reminds me, we are still doing pretty good compared to last week. Last week was a good week. Last week was a very long episode. We've had several people stay for the entire time. It was 42-ish minutes. We try to stay right around 30 because my attention span can't go much further than that.
Well,
I could do it all night, Paul.
that's what I heard about you.
All night long.
Ooh, on that note, that's a shout out to Brandon, who wonders, by the way, one of our biggest fans, he's wondering right now, how is it that you know every lyric to every song ever made?
That was actually Derek. Oh. Brandon was at work.
It's because I see D. Brando. I get confused.
Well,
Derek.
yeah.
Derek Lee. The photographer, by the way, if you want some of the best photographs taken.
Photographs, video, like he's a great photographer, videographer, all that stuff.
He's taking care of business.
Yep.
Derek, I'm sorry.
How do I know all the lyrics to everything? Because my mind remembers dumb shit. I can't remember anything important, but
I said you were in a truck all day and just listen to music.
I listen to podcasts now.
Like DadDimes.
DadDimes.
I like to listen to my own voice.
Got to get those views up. Got to get those views up, and then
I'm going to throw this out there. After this show, we are slated to hit 1,000 listens on Spotify.
Well, with your guest, it might shoot up a little higher.
Oh, we're going big.
Damn.
And here's why. His daughter is like a TikTok superstar.
Really?
Did one video during COVID, blew up like nothing else, and I cannot wait for her to promote this video. Thank you, Kylie.
I mean, I don't understand why she hasn't been promoting all of our videos.
Who?
Just kidding. Love you, sweetheart.
Just so you know. Guess who should have been your godfather?
Wow.
Someone made choices. All right, so
Well,
we're
you got John.
you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
John on the boat. You know why? Boats and hoes.
That's right.
That's what's happening on
Boats
the
and hoes.
Eisenhower.
Oh.
Add some ice. Things are diluting a little bit. If you actually look at it,
Yeah.
you can see the separation.
Gotta keep
It is
them
absolutely
separated.
beautiful. It does two things. A, it's going to water down a little bit, so you're going to reduce your proof. So it's going to ease that burn, which
Yeah, I don't really feel burning anymore.
may or may not want to do. But it does change the flavor profile.
It does.
So what are you tasting?
I still get that sweetness to it.
It's sweet.
Yep.
I will throw this out there. Little Book. You did a great job on Chapter 7.
Yeah, you did.
And we're going to be adding him to our line.
I mean, I always just like my drinks a little colder anyways.
we were talking about that last week. You know, we were coming out of the cold snap. You add the ice, it brings down that temperature quite a bit, and then all of a sudden it's just a little bit easier to sip or chug. Really, whatever you're into.
Yeah.
Depends on how the day is. Brings us to Monday, right? Had a case of the Mondays. Thought it was funny to post a video of a truck fire.
Yeah.
For all those listening right now, you cannot do that because it's considered violent and it's violent content. So you're going to get something called shadow banned on all your socials. Appealed it, and now we're back up on the post from yesterday. So that one's starting to kick up to like 6,000 or 8,000. But also,
which is bullshit because we were just promoting the firefighter that was in the video.
I mean, and there was a lot of hashtag firefighter America's heroes there.
Yeah.
But they saw that, and they're like, oh my Lord, a fire in a truck is violent. No, I was just simply expressing the feeling that sometimes on Mondays you feel like a truck fire.
Yep. Fucking TikToks and those guys.
All the socials, man, they're very unique. Unless you're in those Spanx or which at some point we're going to see you in. At some point we're going to have a short of you rocking out the old Speedo.
I'll be in a Spanx soon
with Bert Kreischer because he's still coming to town, and more than likely he's going to join the show.
Well, yeah, got a couple weeks. I think it's
February 2nd.
You guys have been drinking before the show, didn't you?
I mean, we drank. Let's see. Started dinner at about 5. So, yeah, I've been drinking since about 3.
Although,
I was going to go with 3, too.
If you were so lucky to have him join the show, you'd all have to go topless.
That's the expectation.
Oh, good.
Go topless right goddamn now, Paul.
I'm going to throw this out there. More than likely,
me with a good time.
He joins the show, I'm going bottomless.
Don't ask me over.
It's going to be all show.
All show. You know why. You're the man. All right.
Won't be a big show. A show.
Yeah. Grower, not a shower. Todd Helton, tell me about him.
Oh, well, good old Todd Helton just was announced yesterday, or maybe, I think it was yesterday. Todd Helton's going to be joining the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame this year. He got elected, I believe, Albert Pujols, and I don't remember the third person. But good day for Colorado Rockies fans. Todd Helton going in, which actually leads me into Barry Bonds is still not in. And Barry Bonds, I understand the steroid shit, but Barry Bonds was the man way before the steroid era. So,
yeah,
if you ask me, Todd Helton deserves to be in, but Barry Bonds deserved to be in first ballot.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Congrats, Todd.
Congrats, Todd. We appreciate it.
I know I'm not Peyton Manning saying, hey there, Todd, we're buddies in Tennessee, and congratulations. But you got a pretty cool plumber saying, hey, Todd, way to go, buddy.
One of the OG DadDimers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah.
In this circle.
Yeah.
In this circle. That's what matters, right, Paul?
It does, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're only as cool as
the people you surround yourself with?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Which is pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet.
Paul, I heard you have something in common with Jesus. We kind of already mentioned it.
Because my wife hangs me on the cross?
You're a carpenter, man.
Carpenter. I mean, you don't make water to wine, so, I mean, there's not a lot of things we can talk about here. But, I mean, you do build some amazingness. So, we're going to mark this in... I mean, you're old, so, like, you probably have one social... Probably only Facebook, more than likely.
No, it's still MySpace. Paul's got a MySpace.
Yeah.
He's got his top friends in there, and he's still rocking Backstreet Boys.
Who was the top friend in
Tom?
Facebook? Tom. MySpace was Tom.
Yeah.
He was your first friend, no matter what you did. When you signed up for a MySpace account, Tom, the founder, would friend you.
Yep. I was never on there, honestly. So
he didn't even know what the old...
Well, he was married at that time.
Probably, more than likely.
Yeah. Was that before phones?
This was
maybe
the era that Paul still had hair.
What?
Actually, no, it wasn't.
I think you still had a little some up there.
No, my daughter is
21.
Yeah, and I shaved my head before she was born.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. 25 years ago, you still had hair.
Yeah.
I lost it at 17, so I mean,
you had a little bit of hair during the wedding. It was a little bit. It wasn't a lot.
Sides and back. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like it was still there. So
You would comb it all to the front to match.
those were the hair days.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But it's okay. I like being bald. I don't really.
So one thing that Paul did not know when he married my sister was he was now
How cool
marrying
of a brother-in-law?
probably the
have?
smartest person he will ever meet.
Yeah.
And other than the no, it's still me. I remember he told me a story 24 years and 11 months ago. He was proposing to my sister on the docks. He dropped the ring, went through slats, went in the water.
Yes,
Holy shit.
And I never forget anything.
Yeah. Well.
Ever.
Yeah. You're like
not to
Rain Man.
mention,
It's bad.
It's in northern Minnesota where the docks are closed off all the way around. So it's not like you can go climb underneath the dock to get the ring.
Yeah. He got it, though.
Fisherman pulled up, and pulled out his fishing rod, and we dropped it and got lucky and tied.
Holy
pulled it up.
shit. That's like super lucky, huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
The same fisherman was also
The chaplain for the wedding.
no, he was working for
Shout
the
out to
airlines.
Ron.
It wasn't me.
In the small airport, he was working the airlines.
Okay.
And many years later,
Yeah.
when my grandma passed away, he was checking us in when we got to the airport, and he said, "I had a rough life and did a lot of drugs, and because of your grandmother taking me to church, she saved my life." So,
Oh, nice.
it kind of came full
Circle, yeah.
Jesus saves.
Yep.
That's right.
And
Okay.
that's why you're a carpenter.
That's right.
And that is why you made all this happen. We appreciate it.
I shit in that toilet you installed. Oh, wait.
I'm
No,
glad.
I installed that.
No, he did the tile.
Oh yeah, I did the tile. I was gonna say
He's like, yeah, the plumbing was like subpar, but I mean, I'll still tile it. I thought that was weird.
I mean, you shouldn't have got me drunk before I plumbed your basement.
I paid you for the perfect price, though. I mean, it was really good price.
Yeah.
Out there.
It was. It was a good price.
Moving on. 25 years is a very unique concept. I had an opportunity back in the day when I was doing the enforcing of the law to have someone that was a victim's advocate, and she was like female. She was so excited one day. She came in. She's like, you know what? I just need to do something great today. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Why? She's like, oh, it's my birthday. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, we have one of those every year. But that's cool, though. And she's like, you don't understand. I'm having a quarter-life crisis. I'm like, so how old are you? She's like, well, 25. And I'm like, you understand that that's not really quarter-life because most people don't make it to 100. I shattered her dreams. I looked into her eyes, and I saw this, like, deceit. Yeah.
Damn.
And I just want you all to realize that if you make it to 100, congratulations. If you don't, you're not hitting any expectation that was ever set for you. So, it's just something to think about.
yeah.
And that is the Dime of the Week.
Dun,
Set
dun, dun, dun.
realistic expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, 20 was closer to her quarter, right?
I mean, for how she was partying,
That's
10?
when she was coked out, shooting up heroin in the bathroom. I mean,
Do you guys mind if I use the police bathroom?
No, first
I
it
just
was.
need to wash my
"Hey,
hands."
can I have a tour of evidence first? You got to make it right.
That was at Battle Rifle O'Reilly's where she worked.
The Machine Gun Killers.
Oh yeah, Battle Rifle O'Reilly, Shotgun Willie, whatever.
I'm not going to tag them in this. However, I will tell you, I have worked in the enforcing of law profession
Yeah.
with individuals who were former employees of said establishment. And they were the best damn hardest working people I have ever seen, period.
Well, they work hard for their dollars.
When you go from shaking your ass to shaking a gun in someone's face, I mean, you work hard.
The work ethic, incredible.
And you met a lot of cool people.
I met some really cool people.
CeeLo Green,
CeeLo Green, yeah, he was
Snoop.
hanging out. Snoop-a-Loop,
Uncle
he
Snoop,
was there.
Uncle Snoop.
DM, rest in peace, X, he was hanging there.
Where my dog's at? Oh,
DMX died?
dude, yeah. Where have you been?
I mean, a while
Living
ago.
life, I guess.
He's been gone.
The Illuminati got him, man.
I don't know his name because I really
Earl
don't
Simmons.
care. But I liked the music, depending on the day. The drummer of One Republic.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah.
I know One Republic.
Yeah.
I don't know none of their names.
True story. So, I mean, I have the police report. Got knocked out at said establishment by a dancer from Thunder from Down Under.
Damn.
That's a good story.
We should go to Vegas and beat his ass.
If we're talking police and famous encounters,
Oh, hang on one second. Before we get into that, this is a good story. Any final tasting notes before I add more Little Book? Because this is a good story. This story deserves more.
do you know the story? I mean, I probably said it because
I'm going to throw this out there. I don't forget anything.
He's been your brother-in-law for 25 years, man. Of course he's heard this story 10 times.
Probably.
The important part is the coolest guy you ever known. That's me.
Thank
Has
God
never heard it.
Justin moved in
No,
next to you.
he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
You're right. So 25 years ago, did you ever think you would meet the coolest guy you ever knew?
I thought I had already done that until I met you.
Thank you.
Thought it was
Paul.
me.
Well, we were
Smartest, coolest.
His boss.
we did go to Bible study together too.
I'm a chaplain.
Oh, nice.
Remember Bible study? That was that Top Golf.
Top Golf, yeah.
Ran into some trouble with some. We were consistent.
Future guests.
We were consistent with our attendance there.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us weren't consistent, but one thing about us is we were consistent at Bible study with a carpenter who, I mean, he doesn't got the long flowing locks like Jesus, but
But he built our dreams.
he's got a beard.
built our dreams.
Yep.
Going to the story. Let's set the stage. Beautiful Denver night. Beautiful Denver night.
I think you're taking a different story than me.
Are we talking about Federal? Driving
Oh,
down
no,
the road?
I could, but no, I was... No,
Driving down the
'cause I
road?
said famous people.
Famous people
No, I'm not
encounters.
famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was the Denver Police Department. They encountered you that night.
Oh, they did more than encounter me.
They pulled him out at gunpoint.
So...
Get out of the car, you pasty
After
fuck.
going to a Colorado Crush game with my wife and kids, and my father,
Rest in peace,
and my
Colorado Crush.
stepdad,
Champions.
there was a police
back now.
officer in a car sitting in front of my house, and we pulled up in our minivan and park. And so to take my stepdad home, I get in my little red Mazda 626, and the cops follow me out. And
The car was
with
black.
Red. It was red. But by the time I got
was dark. It was
3
black.
blocks, I had 5 or 6 cop cars behind me. By the time I got to Federal, which is 6 blocks away, I had a helicopter overhead. And they encircled Federal, had me drive into the middle of the circle.
They
With the
inserted-
helicopter overhead with a big light, asked me to get out of my car, and they pulled me out and beat the living shit out of me.
They didn't ask.
They probably said, get the fuck out of the car.
I know what the butt of a gun feels like on the back of my head. Knees in the back of my throat feel like.
Shout out to Denver Police Department. This was a
Getting
white
it
guy.
Done.
Yeah.
This was a white guy, by
White
the
guy
way.
in North Denver.
This
Yeah.
is an equal opportunity.
Oh,
So
what race were the officers?
they said I was a part of a drive-by shooting, and I said, "Well, that's weird because I was with my wife and kids." And then they pulled me out,
Thug life.
hog-tied me, threw me in the back of the car, and then once they pulled my stepdad out, an old bigger
Gentlemen.
gentleman, I heard one of the cops say, "Oh shit, we got the wrong car."
Wait. So hang on a second. Before we get too deep. Stepdad.
Yeah.
Married to your mom?
Yes. Scott.
Married to your mom,
Yep.
who is an angel. Because I know she's going to listen to this. And by the way, I still think you're an angel. Your favorite, Justin.
and DJ.
I'm going to.
All right. We're
So-
going to do a future show because we do the Whiskey Wednesdays. Or we're doing On the Rocks now because we changed the name. We're going to do some more depth conversations moving forward. It's for Sundays-ish, maybe. I don't know. We're on the whiskey right now. Let's talk about your encounter with the celebrity, and then we're going to do some rating.
Well, it wasn't so much my encounter, but my
I kind of want
the cousin I grew up with, who is now currently sheriff of Coochie County in northern Minnesota.
Coochie County?
That's what I heard too.
Coochie.
No, that's not what I heard.
It's an Indian word.
Yeah,
Coochie.
yeah, Coochie County.
I love Coochie County. It's all moist up there, though.
That was where
Sometimes it's frigid.
when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie had the fight, and they had to land, emergency landing.
Oh, shit.
My cousin was the he's, like I said, the acting sheriff, the current sheriff, and he had to go on the plane and arrest Brad Pitt.
Oh,
damn! You arrested Brad?
Yeah,
Brad's a beautiful man. I'm not gonna lie.
well, what do you think about
so
Angelina?
was my cousin.
She's all right.
What movie?
Angelina? Mm-hmm. I just think about Brad. If we're being honest, I'm like, oh,
Tomb Raider.
I never seen it.
No, what's the one where
The original.
I played the games. Never seen Tomb
You
Raider.
missed out.
No, I haven't either, but I saw the movie where she goes topless.
I don't remember that ever
What
happening.
movie's that one?
Google it.
I don't know if she was topless. I don't know.
Hang on a second. Hashtag Angelina. All right, let's go ahead and add this.
She was pregnant by a guy that was abusive.
So now we're making it weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
No,
want.
it was after that. It was,
I don't want to look at pregnant
Whoa,
chicks.
no, she wasn't pregnant when she was.
Wait. They're beautiful mothers who
They are.
bring into the world your children. All, God, I lost count, man. You've had a few.
5. So, my wife and I have 3. I had one, Eric, who was on last week from a previous relationship.
Eric
My
James.
wife went through 2 surrogate pregnancies.
Because she's a saint.
Yeah. And then,
Bring in dreams to those who need the dreams.
absolutely.
Dream weaver.
And now we have another 1-year-old that we are planning to adopt, who we love. You know her.
I've heard.
She is great.
Yeah. Dad number 2. Best dad ever. Number
True.
2.
When we go to Costco, we get considered as a gay couple. Oh. Yeah. They're like, ooh, your guys' baby is so cute.
And I'm going to throw this
far
out
off.
there.
Thank you so much. That means so much to us. The Asians were hard to get, so we got the black one.
She is beautiful. Her soul is amazing.
Oh, she's
and
so fun.
if that is what we get mistaken for, worth it.
Hey,
Worth it.
and when the old white people look at you and they're like, oh my gosh, I'll grab Justin's hand and I'll hold it as we were walking through Costco.
Nice.
Freaks
Very
people
nice.
out sometimes. Some people give us high fives, but it's worth it, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, sometimes they pay our bill.
Yeah.
Next time,
Kirkland, we're still waiting on that freaking
Sponsorship.
Yeah.
oh, we're close. And we're going to talk about that on the next
Kirkland?
show. No, the device when we're getting sponsored
Yeah.
to do the video and the thing.
We're getting close on that.
Yeah, we're getting really close.
You guys will see the video not through DadDimes, but through them. And we'll announce it.
We will absolutely announce it. Sponsorship. We're moving on up in life. Yeah, other than being sponsored by Cherrywood Liquor, and we appreciate them. So we're going to go to our rating. So neat, no ice. If you were to rate it 1 out of 5, 5 being it is going to be in my collection at all times. 1 being I will never gaze my eyes upon it again. If I walk in and I see it, I'm just leaving that place because this is the worst bourbon, whiskey, or just, I guess, mixture, blend I've ever seen or tasted. What would you rate it as? Neat, no ice before you dilute it. 1 out of 5.
You're asking me first?
I'm asking you first.
You're the guest.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. So this is my first tasting with you two gentlemen.
Yeah.
I use that term loosely.
Dads.
Very loosely.
Yeah. DadDimes
And
On the Rocks.
Right there.
I'll have to go with only because I don't have,
No, it's-
anything to compare it to. I'll go with the 4.
Have you ever tasted bourbon or whiskey before
What-
in your
well,
life?
Yes.
he's a White Claw guy.
But usually I throw
Good
some ice
company
in
with
it and
Eric.
some 7-Up before I.
With 7. By the way, if you ever mix this with 7-Up, I will kick you in the nuts.
No, absolutely. I don't feel like I need anything with it.
So you're going 4. Okay. Neat.
Pretty high rating.
Yes.
Neat. I actually really like this one. Neat. I think the salsa threw me off at the beginning because my tongue was just kind of raw.
Salsa
verde. Daddy likes.
Is it green?
Well, that's what.
Verde.
Yeah, green.
I'm learning. I don't know your language.
I'm actually going to give this one probably a 4. Neat.
That's what he said, and he's never tasted whiskey in his life.
I know.
For the love of God.
But I did like. So
Carpenter.
it was a burn, which I always like the burn of whiskey
you like
most of the time, unless the whiskey sucks. This one, it burned, but it tasted fantastic. I loved it. I'm gonna give it a 4. Neat.
Neat. The blend, I will tell you, fantastic job. 4.6.
4.6.
Neat.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful bottle.
It is delicious.
It's now a beautiful half a bottle, but it was worth every second.
Well,
4.6.
I gotta chug this, and then it'll be a good quarter bottle.
Because that's how we do it on DadDimes.
I'm thinking to myself, I could use some. So
I mean, you're a grown up.
I mean, yeah.
Just saying.
DJ.
All right, so we're moving forward to the On the Rocks, which we're gonna add the ice. We're going to extract a little bit more of the flavors. We're going to dilute it a little bit. We're going to bring down the proof. 1 through 5, same rating scale. Where would you put it?
Just with ice.
Just with ice.
You know, it was easier to put down with ice only for the burn, but it was so good without the ice that I have to say it probably lowered it a little bit.
Oh.
Only because it just tasted so good without the ice. Now, maybe if you use some cold rocks or
yeah.
Yep.
They have soapstone rocks, which is a traditional way of freezing and cooling your drink that does not dilute your drink itself, right? So, and they have little spheres, which is really cool. Got one of those from a company that is affiliated with a mouse that has a location in Florida and California. Don't want to give free plugs out there. I got one of those spheres
Dicky Mouse?
It sounds right, yeah. Mortimer Mouse, the OG, which is now free reign for us to be able to talk about because it has been beyond the time that they can actually hold that patent, so we're good. Random facts and knowledge. There are ways of cooling your drink that does not include dilution, so I get that. All right, so we're going to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely, not something I want to put 7-Up in.
Yeah, if you're making a Manhattan or like an old fashioned, this is not that. Don't ruin this.
Yeah,
by trying to make it like trying to upscale it. You're gonna devalue the whiskey.
This also has it's got a good amount of sweetness to it, anyways. So you don't need to old fashion it up or anything like that.
Correct.
What's your rating, Paul? With ice, you derated
just
it
a little bit, like 3.8.
Okay, I'm gonna bring it down 0.2. Got it.
I'm actually gonna increase it because I liked it, and of course I like it on the rocks better.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the show.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 4.4 on the rocks.
4.4 is good. I will tell you, it's gonna stay the same for me. 4.6.
Oh, 4.6 both ways.
You pop the cork, you put it in the glass. It's 4.6. It's delicious. It has a great profile. You chill it down, you dilute it a little bit. It opens up a different level of flavor, and it is just as good.
I agree. I think it's a little bit better than neat, but I'm partial to adding the ice just to cool it down, and then not only that, slightly dilute it. Okay. But it's pretty good. But keep in mind, this is chapter 7, which there's only a limited run on this, so you can't. Eventually, you won't be able to get this anywhere at any point in time.
Correct. Moving
forward. Yeah. So we'll savor this together, Justin. Paul.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't have no more.
I mean, I'm not going to say I'm going to cut you off, but I will also say please drink responsibly because that's the right thing to say.
Absolutely. And Paul, if you do want more of this, you could go down to 136 in Colorado at Cherrywood Liquors, and you could pick yourself up a bottle of this.
Not this. This was the last bottle.
Okay. So you could Google this and pay like probably 5 times the amount of what this initially cost.
However, if you go down to Cherrywood Liquor and you say, my drinking buddies from DadDimes said, you guys are the ones to find this. They might be able to acquire one. I'm not going to promise anything because I can't promise anything. But as long as you mention my buddies, my drinking buddies, DadDimes. I'm a DadDimer. What can you do for me? I'm sure they can give you some.
Those guys are our buddies, and they will go above and beyond for our other buddies.
You think it'd help if I said I was a guest?
Maybe.
I mean, they might get it like a day faster for you.
Wow. A day faster, and you know what? Take this $1 off coupon we got for you. All right.
That's right.
Hey, man, $1's $1. $1, and if I know you well, you'll take the $1.
Oh God, I'm cheap.
Yeah.
But at least you're honest. So here on DadDimes, this is going to be episode 8, winding it down. I really appreciate your time, energy, and effort. Thank you for coming over. I know it's a long haul, and I know you have to endure dealing with me for 25 years.
Which in reality, I've dealt with you for 3 years, and it's been a blessing every year in my life.
Yeah.
And Paul probably feels the same. I'll speak for Paul.
You're going to speak for him.
I'll speak for him because I don't know the dumb shit he'll say. But it's been a blessing in his life. He wants to thank you so much for being his brother-in-law, allowing him the privilege to go ahead and build this masterpiece we call studio.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Justin, for allowing that.
I allowed it.
I'm just joking, Paul.
Any final thoughts?
If you can find Little Book, Chapter 7, pick it up. I'm sure the other chapters are fantastic as well.
I want a Chapter 1 at some point. I'm going to reach out via the socials and say, hey, come listen to our review. If you have any other chapters that you want us to review, send it on to DadDimes. We'd be more than happy to do that for you.
Absolutely. Or if any of our listeners say, hey, I got this bottle, I haven't opened it, we'll send it to you guys. Reach out on daddimes.com, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X. It's X now.
Yeah,
Which X is the only one that doesn't restrict you and ban you for dumb shit.
We didn't get restricted. That was nice, yeah.
Yeah.
No
Way to
shadow
go,
ban.
Elon, right? Yeah. You're still waiting for your Cybertruck, so Elon, what the fuck, man?
Founders Edition, come on. At Elon.
At Elon,
and YouTube.
So YouTube now.
Yeah, we're on there too.
This video may go up on YouTube depending on the results we get, right?
I mean, it's going to go on there.
All right, it's going on there, so...
We're going to make it happen. So with that, any final thoughts?
No, I just enjoy my time with you two.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Drinking good whiskey.
Not too bad.
Conversating with...
I'm going to be honest, I want to hear more about the cops pulling you out of your car and beating your ass. So we'll have to get you on... Once we start DadDimes Reserve, we'll get you on DadDimes Reserve, and we'll talk about the cops kicking your ass, Paul.
Yeah, first time in Denver.
I mean, that should have been a lawsuit, and we should be millionaires. But
exactly.
We should all.
Yeah. I included us.
Yeah. We heard about it.
Yeah.
We're victims.
I felt assaulted.
I still do. We are over on time, so I'm going to throw this out there. Thank you so much for staying with us this long. You know who you are, who is driving to or coming from work.
Shout out to Trin and Michael.
Yeah.
My niece and nephew. Thank you.
DadDimes.
DadDimes.
Right.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
God bless, and we love you.
Good night.
Yeah.